Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
In
Yeah.
the
I wish I
morning.
could see the lyrics
Right. So I can
because
sing
she was
along.
going in at
She
this point.
was.
Simply had her messed up.
Ah,
nigga. Yeah.
nigga.
Happy Women's History Month.
Women's History Month.
Just
Shout
shout out to
out
the
to all the
women.
women.
We don't
Point
want no
blank
more
period.
bad news in 2026.
I can't do it. Okay. I cannot do another bad news. Matter of
No
fact,
more bad news.
this year actually has started off really, really great. I first of all, welcome back to the Peaches and Cream
Welcome to
Podcast.
the Peaches and Cream Podcast!
Get a little drink of water.
She almost forgot the intro.
I almost
she
did.
got so excited.
I wanted to hop right into it.
Welcome back to the couch. Did you miss us? Did you miss us?
How are y'all? We're gonna get into how we are, but how are y'all? We
how
miss
y'all doing? And for the real ones, if you know that song, drop it down in the comments if you know that song. For all my DC people.
Yes.
For sure.
Oh my God.
Welcome back to the Peaches and Cream Podcast, where two best friends navigate
life
and discover purpose
through sisterhood.
Welcome back,
That's all we're about is sisterhood, purpose. Yes.
The people have been asking, and we're back, y'all. We had to take a little break. Y'all know life happens. Actually, it's right in God's timing when we decided to come back on here, but we're feeling much more refreshed. I don't know if you can tell, our skin is glowing.
Glowing, hun. You see us,
we got 10 pounds lighter over here.
Okay, 15, baby. 15
we doing
pounds,
something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I had to get in the gym. I had to get my head together. I had to just really lock in with myself.
Had to shed all the dead weight.
Yes. So that's where we've been at. I am so happy to be back. It felt like a little piece of me was missing.
Yeah, seriously.
Like this is my form of therapy, just sitting on the couch, yapping. I missed it real bad.
We needed it real bad. Shout out to the ones who've still been supporting us during our break. We have still been feeling the love. If y'all haven't noticed, we're actually on Spotify now too. Yes, stream us on YouTube, Spotify now. If you're in the car, headed to work, turn us on. Listen to us on the way in the shower. Wherever you like to get it in, listen to us, pop it in your headphones, listen to our lovely voices. We're so excited. We're really trying to expand so that we can reach many different platforms and networks. That is our goal for the year, just really to amplify Peaches and Cream. So we just want to thank y'all for following along and supporting us thus far. It means so much to us. We can't thank y'all enough. And we have a lot of great ideas we want to execute with this season. So welcome. Okay, y'all know what we do at the beginning. Sweet and sours. For those that are new, our sweet and sours is pretty much like the pros and cons, the highs and lows. Like what is one sweet, one glimmer that you want to highlight, and then your sours like not so much, something maybe like a lesson learned. And a takeaway. So usually we will do it like week to week. We're gonna do quarter one sweet and sour since we haven't seen y'all. We are in March, so we just want to do like a quarter one sweet and sour check-in. What's your sweet and sour? Okay, Miss Jackson, Miss Austin.
My sweet is, y'all know my birthday is February, big Aquarius season. So I got to celebrate another birthday. That is a sweet. Just to be privileged enough that God said you get to see another year. That is my sweet. I spent it in Puerto Rico. Yes. I came back on a Puerto Rican tan. Boricua mommy. It was so refreshing. I wish I could have stayed longer, to be honest. Got to explore the Bacardi factory. That was really nice. We got to make some cocktails. That's rum, right? Yes. Yeah. Really well known in Puerto Rico. So did that, lots of beach days. I've really been trying to be consistent, even when I'm on vacation with my diet and exercising. So it was just nice to like wake up. My sister, I went with my sister. She on the same type of time. Like my sister's probably 10 times worse than me when it comes to. Don't play. She does not play. She's been disciplined. She has. Before discipline was a thing. I used to look at her like, girl, she love a smoothie. Every morning she be making smoothies. I'm like, girl, here we go with another smoothie. But here I am making a smoothie every morning. Real. So that would be kind of like our little routine. We would go get smoothies at this little cafe and we walk to the beach. I'll be on the beach all day, just like in my thoughts, sweating the sun. So nice. Just wrap me up in warmth. It was so nice. So did that. That was a sweet. And then I would say my second sweet, because I have two that I can think of, would be me officially in formulation phase for Ritzy Skincare.
Make some motherfucking noise. Yeah. Make some motherfucking noise.
Yeah. No, I'm playing. Like, but no, for real. I was about to pop it, but let me be humble. No, let me be humble. No, but for real, like, this has honestly been a very long journey. And I think it's one of those things that I had to learn to take my time with it, because it is new. So with newness, you are kind of going into the situation blind. So I've been having to do a lot of research on the back end and just really trusting my gut, because this is something that I started out doing it in my kitchen, did the first two pop-ups. And then now I'm like, okay, I'm trusting someone else to take over the formula and really perfect it. Yeah, so it took a minute to find a chemist. I've talked to, at least a dozen different types of chemists, from California to Maryland to DC to Hawaii. All over the world. And so I finally feel confident in my chemist, the manufacturer. It's just beautiful. Like, when I walk in there, I just feeling like, damn, like, Ritzy is gonna be born in this facility. So I'm about to start documenting the journey a lot. So I'm excited about that. So she and I will be in the lab, like, actually mixing the products. And so it was also really nice. Yeah, she was just like, your formulas are like damn near a chemist did this. I was like, I know that's right.
Give me my white coat.
Yeah, so we're gonna be partnering up, making the product. So hopefully,
that's dope.
We should be launching at the end of the year. Still a long process, but again, as a entrepreneur, I'm funding all of this out of my own money. So I don't, for one, I'm not gonna go broke over this. Like, this is just supplemental. This is a passion. And then, like I said, I'm very particular with how I want things to turn out, the viscosity, the smell, all of the things, the effectiveness. So I want to make sure, I want to make sure we're doing this correctly. So I'm willing to be patient. That is a lesson I'm learning. So that will take me into my
across
sour.
The board.
But I'm gonna let you tell your sweet.
Across the board. Dang, that's a really good one.
Thank you.
Good one. Okay, my sweet for the first quarter, I think that was consistency was my word. So definitely feeling good about the fact that I've remained consistent. My sour is going to kind of play into my sweet.
Okay.
So we'll circle back to the sour. Okay. But there's a situation that happened. And so due to that situation, I've been misplaced from my home. And so I've been in a hotel, Airbnb, back and forth to Natalya's spot, dang near every weekend. Like, I just been kind of floating around. But I will say I'm proud of myself because I remain consistent. Like, I've still been sticking to just lifestyle choices, like just trying to make sure I'm taking better care of my health. I feel like within this past year and a half, I picked up a significant amount of weight. And I realized one of the things was that I was struggling with is completely like just finding balance in my life. Like, okay, I'm putting so much into my career or even supporting other people. And in that process, I was neglecting, like just making sure that I'm eating the foods that are good for me, being consistent with just like, not only like actual like working out, but just taking care of my overall physical well-being, stretching my body, like just doing something, even if it's the minimal. It doesn't have to look the same every day. So I think that's been good. Like, I feel proud of myself. Like, okay, you know, you're finding a balance and you're also okay with allowing your body to rest on certain days. And then my other thing business-wise is excuse me, so sorry, y'all.
Probably like real loud in there.
Journey to Authenticity is now a registered business in Washington, D.C. It is considered a, what do they call it? Professional LLC. And so that has been something that I've been working towards. So yeah, I'm excited. Like, my dad had told me
like, don't book another trip until you register your business. And I stuck to that, made sure that that happened. So actually, like March 18th, it was just about a week ago, they emailed me and said, like, I'm officially in the system. So I could definitely relate to, just seeing the things unfold and like the conversations that me and Natalya have had over the years, from maybe as short as 10 years of us just talking about it. It's so dope to see it like coming to light and manifesting. Yes. And the fact that people are supporting it, like people that know us, people that are just meeting us, like it's confirmation that, okay, we're going in the right direction.
Yes, that's good.
Yeah.
Business owners, big businesses.
Big business.
Yes, that's
big
good.
Business.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was a good sweet for my sour. Okay, so the sweet kind of runs into the sour. So for me, I have joined, I don't want to say joined, I started therapy again. And so one of the things that she's helping me realize is just being an ambitious woman that I am. You can do all of these things, but you can't do it at the same time, which I know that, but I just overly get excited about things. And I'm like, overly, I can do this. Yes. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah. That too. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'll be there.
So just learning, and that's so funny because I went to yoga yesterday, and there was I don't know, I think she wrote a book. She was an author. She was talking about her book. I forgot the name of it, but I just kind of caught the end of it. And she was saying, how many of you have said yes knowing you should have said no? And so that's something that I struggle with. And so I am learning to prioritize because I always experience burnout like real bad. And these are the things that are important to me. So I'm just really trying to grapple with that and figure out, okay, what are the things that I need to put majority, I know I can't give 100% to everything, but at least put majority of my energy into. So I would say that just learning how to prioritize certain things, that's my sour. Like I definitely can say I struggle with that, especially being in this particular area. It is very common to see so many people who look like you who are actively chasing their dreams. And it's super inspirational. And then I too got that spirit in me. So I'm like, oh, again, I can do that.
Me too.
Me too. I'm gonna do, and I'm doing this, and it's like, and it's not even for the validation of other people. I can honestly say that it is for the validation of self. Because again, I saw a clip from Kanye, and he was like, yeah, I can do that. And so the interviewer was like, he's so funny. He was like, I mean, honestly, I could have went to the NBA. He was like, Kanye, you could have went to the. He's like, yeah, and I could have did that. That's the energy I have. So I don't ever want to lose that energy. I think that is the fuel to my passion. It keeps me going. But you also have to preserve and protect that. And so, and it can't go into everything. So I'm like, my main things right now that I'm trying to focus on, I'm trying to just hone in on those things rather than accepting everything. And that even goes for like my social life too. I can't be out every weekend and I'm telling people I want to save money. I live in DC. It costs $100 to go to brunch. That's $100 I could have used to put towards something else. Definitely. To pay down a credit card, to invest in my business in some regard. So I think that just sitting with that, it's not a bad thing. It's just something that I'm having to accept.
Slowing down. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's been a part of my sour. Like the overall theme is slowing down. Like I just feel like different things that are kind of, I wouldn't say putting a damper in it. I feel like it's just unexpected. So circling back to what I was mentioning, at the top of February, we had like it was the end of January out here that we had like a really bad ice storm. And so as a result of that, my neighbor who's the unit above mine, their pipe burst and it caused it to flood into my condo. So I ended up, that's why I'm relocated out of my home right now. So it's been like a ripple effect of different things. It truly has been a blessing in disguise because I do have insurance. And so it hasn't been at any financial cost to me, but it has been a very uncomfortable season navigating it. My new thing is navigating it independently. I'm not doing it alone. I'm just independently learning some things through this process, understanding how insurance policies work, understanding just how to still manage everything, kind of like you're saying. Like, I still am expected to show up and do my job. You know what I'm saying? I'm still expected to be a light of grace and understanding to my students, you know, just because of what my situation is. I don't think that's an excuse to now like give my job the short end of the stick. So that means taking care of myself while going through this. Like, okay, I've allowed myself to have some days where I want to be in a funk about it, but I also know like I have tools. Up until this point, I've been working on like journaling. I started therapy again, but I started therapy a couple months before the situation happened. So it's just like I already had things in place to help myself, you know, stay consistent with just being balanced. So yeah, it's been tough, but it's also been what I've needed to continue to fuel me. Because when I said I wanted to be consistent this year, it wasn't just like solely like my diet or things like that. It was just like overall, where do I see my life being in the next 5 years? How does that woman look? How does she show up? And a lot of those things has to do with me really being more financially disciplined, really just like slowing down. So I can't just be out here like even today. This is a Sunday. It would have been nice to go to brunch. It's 80 degrees outside. We got up, we had a nice chat. She made breakfast. We went to aerial Pilates.
So fun, by the way.
So fun. Like, I've just been more intentional with my time because right now it's like we don't get a lot of days off at my job in the month of March, and so I have to be intentional with my weekends as far as restoring myself and making sure that I have the capacity to pour into my craft. Even when it comes to my business journey to authenticity or showing up here, I want to show up as present as I can, and so with that comes slowing down and making sacrifices. So that means I can't, most Fridays I don't be out like I used to, or you know, I might do something midweek. It's just like things look calm. Yeah, it's real calm. Like, I still give myself those tastes of things, but I'm not overindulging. And it really is almost like a feeling of grief because I'm not, this is a new person. You know what I'm saying? This is new to me choosing to do things differently and not assuming that I'm going to handle situations the way I once handled it. But also, like, my body just don't be craving and desiring the things that I once did, and I'll try it and I'll be like, nah, this is like, it just don't hit
the same.
It don't hit the same way no more. So I guess that's a bit of my sour, you know, but like we said, it plays into the sweet and understanding like, just slow down, girl. Slow down. Everything's gonna happen in the time that it's supposed to happen. Really look around. What is it that God is trying to teach you through this situation? Pivot if you need to. You know, don't be afraid to ask for help, and lean on the support system that God has also given. So that's my sweet and sours.
Good. I like it. Yeah.
For the first quarter, I feel like we're up to a good start. 2026 feels really good to me.
It does. It feels different, but I also see how, to your point, when you stick beside yourself independently, that has been a little bit of a trigger word for me. Independently, I can't stop saying that word for some reason. Independently. It's just because for me, on the flip side, I really don't ask for help too. But I feel like because of my personality, a lot of people are sumptuous and they think like
she got
good.
It. Yeah,
she's good. She was
on
social media. She was just here. She's, you know, living life. She got her business. So it really is a task for me to ask like, hey, I need a little help. I need a little support. And so I think it's good to do things independently, but also it's like, I think one of the things I'm learning with my sour too, like with the prioritization piece, is like, you can't go to everybody for help. Like, you gotta have the people that you trust, your community, your support system. So I'm just leaning in on like the people that I know like are I mean, we ain't got to be like besties, but at least like, okay, I know this is a person I can go to
some
for
reciprocity
this.
there.
Yeah. So even like I have hired a health coach. That's been a lot of the contribution. I mean, obviously I've been putting in the work.
Outsource.
Yes, that's what I'm getting
Please,
at. Outsourcing. So
yes.
I'm like, I can't give her all the credit, but she has been definitely a pillar for my health right now because I was so inflamed last year. Same thing. I was at my heaviest. Well, really, I've been at my heaviest since I moved. Since I moved out here. Heavy, just heavy, real heavy. So everything was heavy. So I'm like, I made a decision, a conscious decision. I was like, no, Natalya,
something gotta change.
I am young. I am easy on the eyes. I need everything to reflect. I can't be like, I don't know. It's just, again, I said, what type of woman do I want to be?
Yeah.
And the woman that I want to be, she is disciplined. She works out. She cares about her body. And so I was like, okay, I've never really just been consistent when it came to my health. I wanted to really be a lifestyle. And there's been moments where I can be in the gym real heavy and I'm like into it. But when I hit that goal, I fall back off. And I was like, I don't want to do that this time.
Yeah.
And so I have outsourced. I got me a health coach. Like, she's a nutritionist. So she helps me with my diet. And just like little things that you're like, why did I even think about that, bro? Like, we like the littlest things. She's like, okay, well, you don't really get hungry at work. Create a little bento box. Oh, you're right. Make sure make sure it targets this, that, the third. So I'm always getting my protein and my fiber. Like, now we have a schedule where she's like, even if you don't even like go and do a full-fledged workout,
just do something.
Yeah, because it's going to start to create that consistency. And so it's been super helpful. I've been really enjoying working out. I've been consistent now for, I'd say, like a good year. I've been consistent. And Dom helped me realize that today. She was like, look at you, like, you've been doing it. Like, she be liking to add on. Excuse me. She's like, 2 years. I was like, girl, it ain't been 2 years.
It's been about a year and a half.
It's been like a year and a half.
It's been a while.
Yeah. So, but I can finally see the results. And I felt like the health coach gave me that last little tweak I needed. And so I'm very grateful for that. But yeah, outsource, like, learn who your community is, lean on the people that you know will support you, and ask for help.
Yeah. I think that's definitely something within like community of Black and brown women that like we are very hyper independent, and sometimes we take pride in that. And like, you know, I'm a boss, I don't need nobody. Like, independent women, and there are some pros to it, but at the same token, like, community, sisterhood, and even professionals, like, there's a reason why they are there. So I've been seeing a therapist, I did the nutritionist, I added on a personal trainer. And it's helped me significantly because I didn't realize like how much I was like being super anxious trying to do it all on my own. So every time I walk away, I also started working with somebody who do finances too, because it's like when I walk away from those conversations, for one, I feel the weight come off of my shoulders, but I'm talking to somebody who spends their whole career being an expert on that subject. I don't have the capacity to try to be an expert on what foods and what vitamins I should or should not be taking. If my insurance covers it, why not use it for myself? So I think that really has made a world of a difference for me. And two, just being mindful that like sometimes when you're trying to self-diagnose or use social media or like different friends or family, whatever, like trying to mix all that together isn't, you don't know if that's a specific match for your body. So being able to like get my blood work done and allow professionals to look at it and figure out what works, and okay, your protein is low, like just all those different things. 180 for me. Like it, it's definitely helped and just kind of brought to my attention. I went in for one reason, but now after working with all the different parties, I've been able to come to like a conclusion as far as what it is that I need to shift within myself to, see those patterns change. So I highly, highly, highly recommend it, especially if you have insurance, and even if you have like Medicaid or something like that. Still, a lot of these services are afforded to us. We just don't think to actually use it. So I would really encourage, especially my girls, like understanding how your cycle works and how that can play into like your mental health, or it can play into like your physical cravings and levels of energy that could be associated with the cycle of your menstrual stuff. Like all of that has really helped me to just normalize my experience and not overthink it and just kind of find the routines and the rituals that help me to show up as the best version of myself.
Yes. And with that being said, a lot of misinformation is on the internet. And I think that just goes back to the point of like, go and you can't be an expert on everything and a master of none. So you really have to make sure that you go to these people who have mastered their niche, mastered what they are a professional in. And so we oftentimes, because we can come on here too, like that, it's no different. Dom and I can say like, oh, this worked for us. She may say, oh, magnesium changed my life, and I might say iron supplements changed mine. But that may not be what is altering your body. And so I feel like you have to do the due diligence of learning your body and also doing the research. Like I've been trying things. I struggled in my late 20s for about 2 years with my cycle. And so I started doing hella research because I felt like I wasn't getting answers from doctors. And so I figured out how to regulate my cycle. But like I said, there was still something missing because my cortisol was up and I was always inflamed. So now the health coach has helped me to target that. Like I can see a significant difference in my face. I'm not feeling swole. Like I'm feeling swole. Like that was not cute. And so also just, and because it's Women's History Month, I feel like it has to be said, like as a woman, I personally feel like your body, your choice.
Yeah.
And so I feel like you have to do what works for your body. And that's not to say within sisterhood we can't have conversations. And that doesn't mean that we can't learn from one another.
Yeah.
But ultimately what you choose to do with your body, that is what you choose to do with your body. And that's how I feel. And so I've had, a lot of difficult decisions I've had to make when it comes to what works best for me. And so I really kind of get, like, even at work, I've been noticing, like, people will speak on my body, like, oh, like, it be looking fat. Like, it just be weird. So, and what's funny? It's really not the men.
It's mainly,
it's
women.
the women.
Yeah.
And so I've had to, I'm like, okay, I guess it's admiration. We all have our little isms. But it's like, y'all don't see the work that I'm putting in outside of me just showing up. Like, I literally, there's food that I don't want to eat. But I'm like, if I eat this fried chicken, I already know. If I keep eating or drinking hard liquors, I know the repercussions. I know what it does to me. And so I'm like, I've had to make some very hard decisions in like different capacities when it comes to my body, so that I can make sure that I'm fully functioning, to your point, so I can show up in these spaces and be like 100%. Because I can look back in my 20s and say, ultimately, I was not making the best decisions.
My gosh. I mean, eating pork bacon every morning.
Baby,
you know what I'm saying? Eating pizza like every other day. Just binge drinking, like the list goes on and on. And I think for me, what really clicked too was my desire to have children in my future. I think that like I really do have to protect my temple for myself, obviously, but like I know I want to bring life into this world, and I know that I'm not trying to do it today, but it's coming in my future. And so I just want to make sure that I protect the things that God has given me. In my 20s, like I just knew that wasn't something that I was really too concerned about. And I felt like, oh, I'm so young, like it's not really like a big deal. Then closer to turning 30 and walking into that, and then also realizing like I can't bounce back the way that I used to. Like if I go and drink real heavy for a weekend in Houston, like it's taking me the whole week to bounce back and really to like get that stuff out of my system and just have my energy levels back up, skin breaking out. I feel bloated. My brain is not as sharp. So just me being more self-aware made me realize like, okay, for what? Like, I think we've talked about this before. Like, what's your intentionality? Like, why do I feel the need to take all them shots? Why am I eating this food right now when I know I just ate 2 hours ago? Like, what's going on right now? Is it because you're hungry, or is this a big bag? Why am I being a big bag? Like, my nutritionist helped me realize like I do emotionally eat a lot. So like making sure that I drink my waters and my teas in the evening just to kind of like fill me up, but also not overindulge in things that are not healthy. I put like when I right before everything happened with my house, I put like coloring books and like crossword puzzles now. And so I realized it's just I want to do something with my hands. So like just small things like that has really helped me to kind of make those shifts. But I just know I'm like, and speaking of, like, people are gonna always have an opinion about what a woman is doing with her body in so many capacities. How we carry our body, what it looks like, whether or not we're married or not married, if we're gonna have kids, when we need to have kids, how it needs to look. And I think this season for me it's really about like mastering self-acceptance and accepting myself in every form. Like, okay, sure, like it was uncomfortable having that weight on me, but I feel like those situations happen because it's like, do I still love myself? Am I gonna love myself any less whether or not I have the weight on me or I don't have the weight on me? Like, if I'm not getting the results right away, like, am I still gonna follow these lifestyle choices and know that eventually it'll kind of shift for me? So I think, especially turning 30, like my family especially, like, they can be a little bit more old school. Some of the men in my family, and they love me. They have good intentions, so it's no shame to them. But you 30 now, so I mean, you gonna have to pop that kid out. Like, I heard so and so. Like, women don't be. And again, it don't really be no fact based things, in my opinion, that they be saying, because there's plenty of research to say differently. But it does play into your psyche. And so sometimes I do have to have the conversations with the men in my family, like, be mindful of speaking on a woman's body. Like, you don't know what our experiences are. And
I think it's very assumptuous too. I didn't watch the whole thing, and I can't remember the interviewer's name, but she had at least like 10 women who had children, and she had 10 women who were childless. And so they toggle back and forth, and they talked about their experiences. And so it was just like a very interesting dynamic. And maybe I get a little sensitive. I can be honest. Maybe I get a little sensitive because I am a childless woman. But like, she was pretty much saying, what is the purpose? Like, what is the benefit of being a mother? Like, what is your why? And so I feel like, obviously, they answered their responses. And then the childless women, some of them were like, I never wanted kids. I don't feel like that is my purpose. I feel like there's more to life than having kids. Like, and then even if you become a mother, then that doesn't mean that that's your purpose, because they have their own purpose. Your purpose was literally just to give life,
to bring them into
and
the world,
to nurture them and guide them. But it's never, that was not your purpose, because they have their own life. And so a lot of the moms didn't like that response. So they were trying to, like, they had their debates and everything like that. And so I personally feel like, yes, I can say that I would love to be a mother one day, but I also have to accept, like, whatever it is that God has for me. And so I think a lot of times we are, I want this, I want this, I want this, but I also have to accept, like, what if God doesn't have that in my journey? I don't want to think like that, but it's a possibility, because I refuse to settle. Baby, I could have popped.
Ben.
Okay, let's be clear. Could have did that. However, I was fortunate to be brought up in a 2-parent household. My parents were married until I was in high school. And so I have a present father, and at this big age, if something happens, I still will call my daddy. And so it is very important to me to have that same experience for my child. I want them to have a provider. I want them to have a father that is present. I want them to experience love from both parties, their mom and their dad. And then I want me and their daddy to be in love. And if I can't give that to my child, then it's like, to me, why would I set myself up? And it's no shade. It's just like, that's just what I want my life. Again, I'm reflecting. I know, okay, these are the things that I want for my life, and I just don't want to settle. And to be honest, to the uncles, because I experienced that too from my family. Sometimes I think they're doing better, because I started kind of getting a little snappy, like, who said that people can't have kids over 35?
Right.
So, but statistics do show that most women, 85% to be exact, in their 20s do not have kids. So, like, we are turning into,
it's a shift that's happening.
New era. And so I think we have to shift our mindset when it comes to dating. even having kids. I live in a metropolitan city. So I get to experience lots of women who are 35 to 40 having their first child. No complications, but they were active, they were healthy, they have present dads for their kids, they're married, all of the things that I aspire if I were to have a kid. So to me, it's like, I actually disagree with y'all because I see it all the time.
It's very prevalent out here, and most of the people that I feel like have those comments are usually from down south, very much Bible Belt, because they're going based off of what their norm is and what they see on a regular basis. My norm up here is not that. I see a lot of successful Black women, like you said, 35 plus, 40 plus, that are having kids, getting married, still also successful in their careers. So I just think, like, shut your mouth when you're speaking on other people's lives. Like, I just think people be too opinionated about what somebody else should or should not be doing in their life. Mind your own damn business.
Yeah.
Like, sincerely, just please
mind
your business, because I'm like, I just can't speak to what somebody should or should not be doing. I don't know what experiences you've had in life, what your background is. And for me, having children is like such a precious gift from God. Like, I would love to be very mindful, conscious of the person that I'm going to do that with. Bring it. It's already enough going on in this world. Like, it's so much happening right now. I pray that my child can at least experience and witness love between their parents. So it's just not something that I play around with. I was even intentional in my 20s to make sure that, like, in the moments where I thought I was going to have some kids, chose not to. Because I don't even speak to them people no more. Like, I don't even know where them men is. Like,
where
I just, and I know that is a hot topic, whether like pro-choice or whatever the case may be. And I feel like it's a situational thing, because there's so many different scenarios that I've heard, especially when we want to consider trauma, like rape and sexual things. Like, they deserve to have pro-choice. It's so unfortunate that there are a lot of states now that are not allowing that. And so I personally feel like, for me, I just wasn't ready. Like, I was not mature enough. I wasn't even being wise enough to make sure that, like, I ain't just letting any old nigga nut in me.
Oh, she's taking it there.
I mean, if we're gonna talk about it, let's talk about it. Fuck. Ladies, don't let anybody just be. Come on. You know what I'm saying? And it's no judgment, because I have been there. And, I think scientifically, we also have to think about the frontal lobe of our brain. That's the logical side. That's our reasoning, our ability to slow down.
Even developed.
It hasn't developed in your 20s for men or women.
Yeah.
Women towards the end of our 20s, but men like mid 30s. So to have that amount of power, of whether it's getting married or having kids, like, that is a lot to put on a 20-year-old. I applaud anybody that's doing it. Like, kudos to y'all. But I was not mature enough to handle those levels of responsibilities. So yes, I did what I needed to do to make sure that, like, when the time is right, the time will be right. But it doesn't put me in a position to speak on what somebody else should or should not be doing with their body. I don't agree with that.
Yeah.